Welcome everyone to Pathways to Wellness. I'm your host, Joan Gennarini. I have two guests today. I have Eric Randolph, Senior Master Tai Chi, and I also have Greer Bailey, who's an LMT and Hello Work practitioner and also a Tai Chi student. And I want to welcome everybody to the session today. And I also want to say thank you, Eric. You are such an amazing person. We're going to be talking about what Tai Chi is, the mechanics, and then we're going to be doing the 8 treasures and demoing them, how to do them. So Mr. Eric here is, and as we talked last time, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. So here's his nice little certificate. And also with that, he got a nice little medal. He's worked really hard. He's been in Tai Chi forever, I think since basically 89, 1990.
Yes.
So here's his,
Good memory.
Yeah. So why don't you just briefly kind of remind us your training and you know how you became to be a Tai Chi student yourself and a master, and let the viewers know.
You know, I've been working in martial arts before I was doing Tai Chi. I had actually been doing martial arts for about maybe 7 or 8 years prior. And I was actually looking for a martial art that was more closer to my internal self because, you know, granted, I mean, a little, you know, big and, you know, this big guy, you know. Back then I wasn't this big. I got bigger as I got older, but I was looking for something that really focused on my gentleness as being powerful. My ability to be compassionate, my ability to be, you know, loving and considerate, and focusing on that aspect of myself. And funny enough, there was a Tai Chi master who was right across the street from the Shaolin school that I was at. And I ran into him one afternoon in Oakland and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I saw him and I was just like, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be. And literally I walked into a school during that summer in 1990 and stayed. I was like, this is exactly what I want to learn. And I still wasn't sure about I wasn't sure that I wanted to teach it or anything. I just knew that I loved Tai Chi. Like, its principles were phenomenal. And what it really focused on as a human being was phenomenal. I mean, when I was younger, I grew up in a very harsh place. There was a lot of death, you know, those kind of things going on. Mm-hmm. And I was running into stuff like that, even though I wasn't in that type of lifestyle. But as soon as I started practicing Tai Chi more, I found myself going down the same pathways, but not running into that type of alignment anymore. Mm-hmm. And so it really changed my life for the better. I was in college in 1997, and I had an epiphany during one of my math classes, and I realized that Tai Chi was exactly what I was looking for my whole life. And so I finished out my year. Mm-hmm. And left. I went and left, and I went in full pursuance of Tai Chi and what it meant. Not even knowing that I wanted to be a teacher, but just that this is what I wanted my life to emulate. Mm-hmm. That's what I wanted to be. So yeah.
That's great. Mm-hmm. Well, and we're going to review. You guys remember we had Master Eric here last time, Senior Master Eric, and he explained in detail the Chi, feeling Chi, and the Chi mechanics. So we're going to just kind of review that again. Mm-hmm. So tell us about feeling Chi.
Well, you know, Tai Chi Chuan is a consciousness. It's a way of being. It's a level of awareness. And you can find it everywhere. You can find it in massage, you can find it in Hello Work, you can find it in Reiki, you can find it everywhere. That awareness of that bioelectric energy, when that kicks in, mm-hmm. you're doing Tai Chi. You're doing Qigong practice. You're there. That's it. And so what happens is that because it's been such a huge secret, it's been such a huge secret for so long. Now people are just getting into it, getting into understanding like, oh, this is a natural thing. This is something that we all experience, from time to time. And as long as I have that experience, no matter what physical aspect I'm going through, I'm linking into the bioelectrical feedback that's going on and the energy that's connected me to the earth and to everybody else and all the things that are around me to give me an advanced awareness of the physics within this third dimensional plane. I can tap into it. Doesn't matter what it looks like externally. The internal aspect of it is Tai Chi. And I'm aware of that now. I'm aware that as soon as I drop into Chi, I'm doing Tai Chi no matter what physical movement I'm doing.
Well, so demo the feeling of Chi. Remember, I think last time we
yes,
did.
Yes. What you want to do is you want to, just imagine that there's a water underneath you. And you want to take your dominant hand and you just want to dip your hand in the water. And you want to really visualize the water. And so when you bring the hand up, the water's dripping off of your hand and you just want to paint the scene in front of you. And that's all you want to do is paint the scene in front of you and dip your hand like in the water. And then bring it back up. You want to be able to see the water dripping off your hand, right? And then you want to just relax and do it. And then one of 5 sensations shall come up, either itchy, tingly, hot, cold, or kind of like this electrostatic field will come to the hand. It can be on the fingertips, it can be in the palm, it can be on the back of the hand, doesn't matter. As long as that sensation comes up, when it comes up, then you switch to the secondary hand. And do the same thing on your secondary hand. And you're doing this back and forth, and you're looking for the same sensation, right? But you want to really pay attention to, not even looking for the sensation, but pay attention to the visualization of water dripping off the hand and you're painting the scene before you. Because you may not be aware of this, but water is one of the most ancient and universally ancient avatars for the emotional body, right? That every clan has held water as an emotional body, as the emotional body and holding the emotions and being connected to the moon at the same time. So while you're doing this physical structure, your emotions are connecting to this type of movement that's in harmony with you. And so therefore, when that's happening and the tingling sensation comes up, the awareness comes up, and next thing you know, you're holding the palms in front of you, and you're stretching just a little bit and opening up, which is opening up the sinews to connect the meridian points in the hands. And then next thing you know, you feel the electrical charges going through the hands.
I definitely feel them, I was going to say. How about you, Kurt?
Yeah,
You feel
I
'em?
do.
Yeah.
We're just not up here making, hand motions here. We actually feel this.
Yeah.
And you as viewers, just follow along with us. I
Yeah.
mean, this is really amazing.
Yeah. And it's, it's really funny but this is what's cool about it is, you guys keep going, but what's really cool about it is, it's another thing where if it's not taught properly, people can get led astray. Because things that are invisible to the naked eye are difficult for human beings to believe in. I mean, if you think about in history, when the first person was talking about the atom, they were like, that's heresy. That's heresy. And this is the same thing. So there are more people who don't believe in Chi and think that it's just some woo, what do they call it, some woo-woo thing.
Yeah.
What they call it, not realizing that, no, it's very real. There are just extremely few people who can actually teach it.
And that's why you're senior master teacher.
Yeah.
So these are kind of like chi balls, like at first he was, showing us how to fill it with the water and paint the sky, but now we're kind of doing the chi balls. Now let's talk about the chi mechanics, because I know I, as a student, have a hard time with that, and you're always correcting me. Yeah. I mean, there's
I am not correcting.
well, there's the hips, and then there's the
Yeah.
shifting, and there's the
Right.
spine.
Well, what I'm trying to do when I'm doing that is not so much correcting you, just trying to get you to become aware of the actual mechanics that are allowing you the ability to connect to your sensory perception in a way to create that sixth perception, that sixth awareness known as chi. Because if you're doing it and you don't know why it exists, the why and the how, then when you go to try and explain to somebody else, they're like, I'm not getting what you're doing. And that's the difference between an adept and a master. Like a master knows the path. Doesn't mean that they're, like they're finished with learning. No, the master just knows the path. Really good. So like, oh yeah, your waist isn't turning like this, and your hips aren't lining up like this, and your mind is doing this thing, and that's why. In the beginning, I don't tell you anything. I just go visualize, because in your naturalness, when you stop thinking about it and stop emoting about things, and it all lines up, it just activates. It literally just activates. So now we're reverse engineering. I'm like, oh, and this is why the body can do that. Right. The hips do this, the waist does this, the spine does this, But you can only come into that awareness if you're not allowing yourself to run wild and rampant with your thoughts and your emotions, Because once your thoughts and emotions come together, then your breathing connects with your body, and the diaphragm and everything expands and contracts at the same time. And so therefore, those moments literally allow you to feel the feedback from the gravity going through the whole body, and the other forces that are pushing in on the body, and the other parts of you that are taking up the space and pushing back against it. And there goes the bioelectric field, and just right there. You're like, it's right there. That's it. That's where the pools of blood with the elements inside of them, when they're in those pools and they're generating right there, and it goes that spark from that. Oh, I can feel that now. Oh, that connects everything. And you're like, yeah, that's how it works.
Cool. Well, why don't you demo the shifting and the twisting?
Oh yeah, of course, definitely.
Let's
Come
do
on.
that for a few minutes. Well, welcome back, and Eric's going to now show us a little bit of how to do the mechanics part with the hips, the waist, and the spine.
Now, there are four aspects of the body when you are starting your Tai Chi journey that you have to know. The basics: shifting, turning, twisting, and bowing. All right? So your hips take care of shifting. The bones on the hips, they shift. So you can switch your weight from one side to the other. Feel that shifting. You can even do a slight going up to the toes, back to the heels slightly. Feel that rock back and forth right there. And from here, side to side again. That is all shifting. That is governed by the hips, which deals with the lateral motion within the body, so that you can actually have a forward energetic and a backwards energetic, so that you can go forward and backward without falling on your face. This governs that. Then you have your waist. Your waist deals with turning. So if you turn, if you can keep your hips square and just turn your body, right? And then you come back and turn your body all the way back this way. Yes, this is your waist. Does not need to engage the hips at all, just slightly, It is just a slight turn of the hips, but your waist does all of the horizontal work. Does all the horizontal work of the dimensionalizing horizontal work from the gravity pulling down on the body, so that your body gets the feeling of right and left, and how it's pressing out and being pressed upon gravity-wise, and so that you can actually walk on two legs on the planet. And it's very important to understand that aspect, and come into the awareness of that way, because that becomes extremely important later on down the line. And then you have your coccyx. Along your coccyx, you sit your coccyx back slightly, your coccyx. So we have, if you're standing up straight, you're like this, but then you engage your coccyx. If you notice, the shoulders relax straight down, everything like that. The coccyx creates this C shape, which is an archway. That archway allows pressure to actually, when it's put on the body, to release pressure down into your feet, so that the pressure doesn't get caught in the hips and in the lower back, right? And so then after that, you have the spine. You have the spine, which helps you to twist. And its job is actually to get the energy coming from the ground to go to the hands. Yummy. Yay. Twist. And if you notice, when your hands are twisting, you can feel things in your hands, the hips, the coccyx, and the waist all are engaged. They engage together in order so the flow goes to the hands, right? And also, guess where? To the top of the head. There's like a whole, I could do a whole series on just that, on just that part, right? But remember to learn how to shift, how to turn, how to bow, and how to twist. You know, and even if you're twisting to the front and you're using your hands, you can feel it all engaged together. Yeah. It all engages together. And those are the 4 aspects that are the most physical aspects of the core of the body, and how the core works and comes together when you're doing Tai Chi movement, right?
Okay. Well, thank you, Eric. We're going to take another quick break.
You're welcome.
And then we're going to start doing the 4 treasures. Thank
Very
you so
good.
much.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to take off these sandals. All right, we're going to take off the sandals. It is much more comfortable to be in your bare feet. Please do so. If you have shoes on, take them off. If you feel comfortable enough to take them off, take them off. All right. So you want to make sure that your feet are shoulder width apart, exactly shoulder width apart. You don't want them too big. You don't want it too shallow. You want it shoulder width apart, right? The ones that are not with bigger structures on the base, it's important for them to be shoulder width apart and only shoulder width apart. And the ones that have a bigger base, it has its purpose as well. Listen to exactly what I'm trying to say with the instructions I give on this first treasure, because this first treasure is, the instructions I give are the main sequences throughout the whole aspect of each treasure. These are things that have to be. You know what I'm saying? These are the solidified structures of consciousness that have to be maintained while you're doing it in order for it to be done correctly. Because what you think you're seeing me do, I know for a fact more than likely you're not doing. All right? So we're going to try and break it down as quickly and as simplistically as we can. All right? So first thing you want to do is you want to take the small of your back and relax your knees slightly so that your shoulders come down and dangle down like so. You should feel like you're 5 years old again. Yes, you should, right? 5-year-old body, right? And so from here, what you want to do is you want to start relaxing into your body so that your hands start to come together like this, right? So let's do that one more time. See that? Me standing up right here? Now I'm going to just start relaxing into my body, which will pull my hands together. Yes, that is properly done. Now from here, I want to imagine myself sitting more, but not sitting more, but imagine myself sitting more so that my hands activate and start going upward, right? I want my hands to start going upward, but they're naturally turning of their own accord. I am not making them turn. I am literally allowing them naturally turn and actually bow out so that the tension doesn't become immense in my shoulders and in my upper body. And as that happens, I let my hands pull me up onto my toes. And it's okay if you can't get on your toes. You do not have to do it on your toes. This is more of an advanced posture. All right? Come back and bend back to the third eye. Push back out on the toes. And stretch and separate.
And the name of this first treasure, Eric,
Is, well,
Gathering Chi or something?
hands gathering and raising up to the heavens. Yes. It's so difficult. I'm like in another zone.
I know.
So here we go.
I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. So we go here. You want to relax and down. Relax and down. I'm not doing this because most people think I'm doing this. I'm not doing that. See how disconnected that is? You try it. You just, it's not because of the body coming together. It's just, I'm going to put my hands together. That is not what I'm doing. I am literally relaxing into my body, allowing my body coil around my core to bring my hands together. You should feel really rooted in the ground, right? So then I sink down even more so in my body. And as soon as that happens, this starts to activate. And as this rises up, I allow it to turn over by its own accord. And I allow it to bow out by its own accord because I'm not trying to allow the tension to build up in my shoulders. Raises me up, I bring it back to my forehead, raises me back up, and separates.
Yummy.
Indeed, very good. Very, very good. And on to posture number 2, or should we say treasure number 2? So treasure number 2, separation of heaven and earth. Now, this one, you want to bring one hand up above, one hand below. Now watch this. Did you see what I just did? I relaxed down into my body, and I turned my spine and the lower back of my waist a little bit so the hands came up this way. You can't see it outwardly. So let's do it one more time. So I sit, and I turn my waist slightly. Just slightly. Yummy. Now from here, now I think down, and it causes the hands to switch. Now here, right, I get to the center, right? And as this is opening up, the quad on my arm starts to open up, which you can call it the armpit, which is fine. As that's opening up, I want to turn on that point so that my hands bow out, right? Just like that. One hand pressing down, one hand pressing up. And then I want to reverse it. I want to reverse. And as I get down to the middle and this bow's open, I turn on the bow right there so that it comes and it stays bowed out. Yummy. And then bring it back in, right? Now when I bring it back in this time, they come and they fall to each other like this, so, right? And then from here, I sit back to separate my hands, and then I come back forward to bring them down, and I stand up. So good. So good. Let's do it one more time. So we have here. And sit. Starts bowing outward, and we're turning the spine in order so that it bows outwards and twists. Yes. And then coming back in. As it starts to bow outwards, turn over, and the spine, yes, and yeah. And don't forget to look up at the palm, because you're actually trying to it's it's a looking up technique. All right, and then turning back, reversing it, coming back to the center, sitting back to separate the hands, and coming back forward. All right. Something really important about the sitting back too, when you go to sit back, make sure that one foot has energy on the heel, closer to the heel, and the other foot has energy closer to the toe. Or weight, should I say. Weight is better. All right, so one foot has weight towards the heel, one foot has weight towards the toe. So that when you sit back, you don't want to do double heels like that. You want here. And then when it comes here, you want to just stand up, which reverses them back to the center. Yummy. That's so good. All right, treasure number 3. Shooting, bow, and arrow. All right, so what you want to do from here is you want to take your heels, spin them out. Take your toes and spin them out from the heels. Take your heels and spin them out. Take your toes and spin them out from the heel. And sit back. Let your body just drop into it. You want to turn your spine to bring up, from the small of the back, you want to turn your spine to bring up your hands. You want to sit to bring your hands back towards each other. One hand will take the form of a pulling the string of a bow, and the other hand will have 2 fingers that comes out this way. You want to turn and then pull the string from the center of the back as well as shoot at the same time. So pull the string and shoot from the center of the back at the same time. Then you want to reverse it. Relax. See, it naturally comes back towards the body of its own accord. Switch it and pull and shoot at the same time. And to relax. And as you come back forward, coming down, then you want to just raise yourself up out of the stance, bringing the toes in, heels in, toes in, heels in, toes. And you'll be back shoulder width apart, and that's shooting the bow and arrow. Yes, very good. From the first and the second one, they're the most complex because it gets a little bit easier on the third one, which is like the full expression of the first and second one. And then you start going into the second part of them, which is number 4 through 6. Now, number 4 is known as punching right and left, right? So you want to sit and feel your hands come up, right? And as soon as they come up here, you want to twist so that your hands become balls of fists, and then come back center. Yes, feel that. You should feel that in your thigh a little bit. Just a little bit. So you want to shift your weight either to the right or left, and when you shift your weight to the right or left, you want to bow your back to drop the fist, which is the opposite fist that your leg is on. So if you're on your left, you should drop your right fist. Then you want to shift back to your left or right, and then bow and shoot out the other opposite fist. And then you want to shift back to center, relax the energy downward with the fist by bending over, and then using the small of your spine to roll your spine up. All right? Sitting down, allowing the arms to raise up and out and separate. And then, yes, it feels so good. Look at that. Yes. And that's punching right and left. The beginning of the second series.
All right, well, let's take a quick break here, and then we will finish the last 4. All
Yes, we
right,
shall.
thank you.
Hey, welcome. Welcome. And this is the 5th treasure. This one is known as Wise Owl Bends Backwards to Look at Heels. And I'm telling you, this one is a doozy. So we're going to go slow because it's the beginning of a new series of movements, okay? So what you want to do is you want to sit like usual, right? But this time when you do it, you want to kind of like you're on a swing. You want to swing your hands up, right? Right? So they swing up, right? Right here, right? And you want to bow into it, kind of, sort of. And then when it comes back, you want to swing back out. So when you swing back out, the hands come out like this, right? And they come out and you want to look back behind yourself, right? All that happens, right? And then you want to be able to see, turning your eyes to see your opposite heel. So back here, I should be able to see, since I'm on my right side, I should be able to see my left heel from here.
Which I don't, but
It's okay. It takes time. You'll get better at it.
there you go.
And then what happens here, you want to swing back the whole body. Because when you twist and swing back the whole body, it works together. And look at that. Oh, that's just sweet. Right. And then once again, you want to do it again. Swing it the opposite direction so it comes down and out.
Where's my heel?
This is really good if you have neck problems and back problems, seriously. Then come back, swinging it back again. And this time you just relax downward.
Yeah, I did feel that lovely
standing up.
stretch in my back. That was really nice, even though I couldn't see my heels.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Yes. Number 5 is really good, really, really good for the lateral spine work, twisting, so that you can actually really get those muscles that go along the spine. It really works really well. It actually helps with your neck a lot too. If you have neck issues, work on this one a lot. A lot. Each treasure works on a very specific set of muscles and a very specific set of integrated muscular movement so that you can actually get the whole channel to open up and become a comfortable movement for yourself. All right? Tai Chi's The 8 Treasures is the Qigong aspect of the 8 Treasures. It's also known as Baduanjin. Baduanjin. You know, the 8 Treasures is not to be confused with the 8 pieces of brocade. They are 2 different aspects, even though people confuse them all the time and mix them together. They are literally 2 different forms of skill. The 8 Treasures are from Wudang. The 8 pieces of brocade are from Shaolin. They are 2 different sects. They have 2 different aspects, even though they did mix together a lot, you know, which makes sense why people mix them up now too. But they are literally 2 different skill sets. The 8 pieces of brocade are the ones where you're patting yourself down and stuff like that, and you're doing your eyes like this, you know, and you're doing eye exercises like that kind of thing, you know. And the 8 Treasures is something different. So if you can, learn both. Learn the 8 Treasures and the 8 pieces of brocade, because they're both phenomenal and are probably the most ancient forms of Qigong ever. Okay? They were before the form. They were before this. Was when the form was still separated. It hadn't become like this ongoing river that took many, 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 many years to bring together into a form. That consciousness, that awareness to come into play. You know, the meditations and the 8 Treasures and the 8 pieces of brocade predate all of it. They literally predate all of it, including the 5 Animal Frolics, which comes from Shaolin too, predate all of it. So if you have a teacher or a master who is good at both, who actually learned both, learn them. You'll love them.
That's cool.
All right. So number 6.
Yeah, the sixth treasure.
Dragon shakes its tail. Here we go. So what you want to do is heel out, toes out. Heel out, toes out. And down. As you shift down, your arms come up by bending, and then you want to let the small of the spine bend over so that it causes you to grab the bottom part of your thighs. Fingers on the inside, thumbs on the outside. Yes. And then you want to roll your head and look behind yourself. And then you want to come down again, rolling your head and look behind yourself. You want to come down and roll your head and look behind yourself. You want to come down and roll your head and look behind yourself. Come back center, relaxing the head all the way down and rolling up from the spine. Good. And you want to do toes, heels, toes, heels, toes. Excellent. You should be right back, shoulder width apart. And it's a really good dance move when people don't know what you're doing.
Cool.
You know? So, on to treasure number 7, which is the third aspect of the 8 treasures. Once again, you're going to be doing something that you're not used to doing. It shows a different motion. So what you do here is you sit, right? And it kind of starts like everything else, and you let the small of the back come up so the hands come here. But right here, now you swing forward so you look like you're diving. And literally, you let your head drop, and you let your knees bend, and you come all the way down. And just let your head hang down, your arms hang down. And then by relaxing in your knees, so let your spine roll up. Yes, that is so good. That's so yummy. Totally yummy. Yes. And last but not least, we have number 8. Now, shake the spine. It is very easy to do this rambunctiously and get it incorrect. What you want to do is you want to swing your hands up like so that they hit the front, right? And then you want to swing back so that they separate, and then you raise up onto your toes. And with these pressed down, you want to shake. And then down onto the heels. Excellent. And that will be the conclusion of the 8 treasures. Very good, everybody. Very good. Very, very good. Very, very
Thank
good.
you, Senior Master Eric.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
We're going to take a quick break, and then he's going to demo it all in a flow. All right? We'll be back in a moment.
Hey, here we are. We're starting on the 8 treasures. I'm going to show you it all the way through so that you can feel the full connection of it without any stops, without any extra things going on through it. So let's begin. The first treasure. The second treasure. The third treasure. fourth treasure. The fifth treasure. The sixth treasure. The seventh treasure. And the eighth treasure.
Yay, good job.
Thank you.
Give me a hug. You did a fantastic job. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. We are a great team.
So I want to thank Master Eric, Senior Master Eric, for being here for the last show last month and this show this month. Just giving you some of the basics of Qigong and Tai Chi together. That was last month's, and this one trying to go more into the Tai Chi and reviewing the Chi balls and the Chi energy, how to feel it, and the mechanics. And then, of course, we went through the 8 treasures, and as you can tell, Greer and I are both students of it. So, meaning that we have a basic of it, but we're continuing to learn it. And what's great about Eric as a teacher, he's very patient and very, just tweak stuff every once in a while for us to help us to come within our own selves. Greer and Eric and myself, we've known each other now doing the Tai Chi path for just about a year. So I want to thank them for both of them for being in my life. Yep.
Thank you.
I want to thank the viewers out there for watching and being part of it today. And with that, may your pathways to wellness, your journeys to health, be very comforting and very peaceful for you. And thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.